Welcome to your Macon-Bibb Beat, your one-stop shop for all your Macon-Bibb County news. I'm Lori Johnson. Each week we take you through what's happening in your neighborhood, from North Macon to South Bibb and everywhere in between. Relief is in sight for North Macon drivers. The Georgia Department of Transportation says the Bass Road Bridge will reopen Saturday morning after 6 months of construction. The news comes as county leaders consider widening other parts of the road within the next few years. Maggie Fitzgerald explains how an engineering study could mean a safer future for drivers.
The plans to widen Bass Road were first made official back in 2019, which included a 1.5-mile stretch to make 2 lanes into 4. And now Bibb leaders are set to take next steps on the project as construction wraps up here later this week.
They fixed it, and I'm so happy that they are bringing it back to action.
Fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. It looks really good.
6 months and $11 million later, North Macon neighbors are sharing their excitement at a site they haven't seen since February, a newly repaired Bass Road Bridge, now 17 feet wider with new safety guardrails.
I live in Howard Oaks. My furniture place is on Corporate Parkway behind Hobby Lobby, so I have to make 3 times a drive. We are delighted.
With the bridge reopening just days away, Bibb commissioners are looking at what's next, widening other sections of Bass Road. This week, they're set to vote on a $100,000 engineering study with GDOT to design improvements between Providence Boulevard and New Forsyth Road.
I consider driving around this side of town to be worth hazard pay. I don't really like North Macon during the day because of the traffic.
Usually, when I come back from work, this would be like a good 30 minutes sometimes. Traffic jam, which is crazy.
GDOT says the stretch is often jammed with commercial traffic, something neighbors say they know all too well, and hope the widening will be the solution.
That'll be a step in the right direction.
I love it. Anything that makes it easier for me to get home.
In Macon, Maggie Fitzgerald, 13, WMAZ News.
Construction on the widening project would not start before 2028. The total cost, nearly $68 million. While the Bass Road Bridge is reopening, that means GDOT is moving on to other projects. They say 2 bridges will be replaced early next year, and drivers should expect detours. GDOT says the work is necessary for public safety. Olivia Dunn talked with one mom who's worried about how the closure will impact school pickup lines.
I'm right in front of Rocky Creek Bridge in North Macon, and just up the road is Tucker Road Bridge. Now, both of these structures are part of a GDOT project that will close down this area in early 2026, so GDOT can replace both bridges. Now, also in the area are 2 pre-K through 12th grade schools, and one mom I spoke to says she's worried that more detours will lead to more time in the drop-off and pickup lines.
It's going to be a huge inconvenience to our daily routine.
Lily Robinson has 4 children in Stratford Academy. She says she takes the Tucker Road Bridge more than 6 times a day, but soon she's going to have to change her routine just to get to school.
It's going to add at least 20 to 30 minutes to the commute.
GDOT plans to close Tucker Road and Rocky Creek Bridge in early 2026 to demolish and replace both. The Tucker Road Bridge replacement is already underway, just feet away from the current bridge. Some drivers worry detours will add traffic to other areas as well.
If everyone decides to travel on Foster Road to get away from the Tucker Road Bridge closure, then the FPD traffic is going to be standstill as well on Foster.
Gina Snyder with GDOT says drivers will get plenty of notice before the bridge closures, along with detour guidance. She says she understands the public's frustration, but that this is necessary for public safety.
It's needed. Once a bridge is deemed that it needs to be replaced, we have to do that by standards, federal standards, state standards. It's just something you have to do.
Reporting in Macon, Olivia Dunn, 13 WMAZ News.
Snyder also says drivers can expect a 1 or 2 week closure this fall as crews prep for the full bridge replacement. Remember, with the upcoming changes, you're going to want to watch your speed. School zone speed cameras are back on and will stay on during construction. Cameras start 1 hour before school begins and 1 hour before dismissal. Enforcement only happens when the flashing school zone lights are on. Drive more than 10 miles over the limit and you could get a ticket. It's $100 for the first offense and $150 for anything after. Wednesday, the state will begin removing voters who haven't cast a ballot in the past 4 elections. Macon-Bibb officials say this cleanup will give them a clearer count of active voters and help run smoother elections. Olivia Dunn spoke with a county election supervisor about what this means for your vote.
Inactive voters are voters who have not voted in any county, state, or federal elections for the past 2 election cycles. And starting Wednesday, those who haven't voted in the past 4 election cycles will automatically be taken off the voter roll. Now, the Bibb County election officials here tell me that this process is routine and it helps them run smooth elections and stay organized.
If you haven't voted since 2016, then you may be in danger of being removed from the list.
Macon-Bibb election supervisor Thomas Gillen says the removal is the main part of the Secretary of State's office new audit. The goal, purge any voters who have not voted in any of the last 4 election cycles from the registry. Gillen says the process helps local election offices like his stay organized.
It gives us a better idea of how many registered voters we have in the system, especially at the county level.
Gillen says people being removed from the voter registry usually no longer live in Georgia or have passed away, but everyone at risk received a notice ahead of Wednesday's deadline, so if they are active, they could appeal.
And Gillen says to check your status, you can go to the Georgia My Voter page. Reporting in Macon, Olivia Dunn, 13 WMAZ News.
If you're taken off the registry but you do want to vote, Gillen says you can re-register at your local Board of Elections office or online at the Georgia's My Voter page website. Developing in Macon-Bibb, deputies arrested a suspect in a deadly mace shooting. It happened on Williamson Road during a graduation party. 25-year-old Jerice Haywood was killed and 2 others were hurt. U.S. Marshals took 30-year-old Atreus Rouse into custody Monday in Jones County. Right now he's in the Bibb County Jail charged with murder and aggravated assault. 2 men will spend life in prison after being convicted of killing an 18-year-old at Lake Wildwood Baptist Church in 2021. Prosecutors say Jalen Smith and Jordan Mullis shot and killed 18-year-old Montavious Raines Jr. during a drug dispute in the church parking lot. Raines was shot multiple times in the back and once in the head. A jury rejected the pair's self-defense claims after evidence showed only Smith's gun was fired. District Attorney Anita Howard says the verdict brings closure to Raines' family, ending a case delayed for years by mistrials and legal setbacks. Bibb County investigators are still sorting out a violent night in South Macon. A 12-year-old boy was shot Sunday night. Now 6 suspects are in custody, ranging in age from 12 to 17. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says it started with gunfire on Mint Green Lane, where the 12-year-old was shot. A 12-year-old and 14-year-old are charged with aggravated assault and firearm possession during a felony. Less than an hour later, deputies say there was more gunfire just blocks away on Silver Pines Drive. The Sheriff's Office says they believe it was retaliation for the earlier shooting. Deputies arrested 4 more teens, a 13-year-old, 2 15-year-olds, and 17-year-old Taquavius Dean. They're facing the same charges. Dean's at the Bibb County Jail. The others are being held at the Macon Regional Youth Detention Center. Monday afternoon, the Sheriff's Office said the 12-year-old victim was in critical but stable condition. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office is investigating after a shooting outside a crowded Waffle House in North Macon. Witnesses say the restaurant and parking lot were full of teens who went to Friday's Howard Westside football game. One woman told us she was picking her daughter up early Saturday morning when a car pulled up and someone fired a gun into the air. Witnesses say that's when customers hid while the shooter remained outside for a few minutes before driving off. We reached out to the Sheriff's Office, who says no one was injured and no property was damaged. They declined to provide any further information and said the investigation is ongoing. New updates on Bibb County's millage rate. Leaders voted to cut taxes for a 5th consecutive year. The rate will now go down to 9.575 mils. The county says it will still be able to fund local development projects. On the flip side, the Bibb County School Board recently voted to increase its millage rate. This will require residents to pay upwards of 4% more on their property taxes. Macon-Bibb County Commissioners also approved nearly $2 million for road repaving. It's part of the Paving the Way program aimed at fixing some of the roughest roads in the county. Local company Professional Paving Services won the bid, and crews are expected to start work in the coming days on about 9 miles of road. The county says this is the first phase of the more than 36 miles set to be repaved. The work is being paid for with local maintenance grants and SPLOST funds, and county leaders say more projects are coming later this year. It's been 2 weeks since a cyber attack took down the call center for Georgia's SNAP benefits, and some Central Georgians say they are still struggling. The Georgia Department of Human Services told cardholders to lock their cards due to the hack. Now some say they can't access their benefits. Madison Ricks spoke with one Macon woman who says she just wants answers.
And I don't even know where to go to the food bank.
Frustration, a feeling Becky Berry knows all too well.
I'm kind of frustrated, you know, of course, but, you know, I hadn't turned over God's hands with that.
Change your PIN, get your account balance.
Berry says when she calls the state's EBT call center, she gets no response.
If you call, you get an automated system, and then it goes blank. All right, you email them, no response back. They don't email you back.
When you're having questions about your EBT, you should be able to call a number and get answers. But Becky is saying she hasn't been able to get any. Berry says when she tried to pay for groceries, they said her card did not work and it was locked. She's handicapped and says she relies on SNAP, and with no answers, she doesn't know what to do.
Now, for my little income, I pay my rent, my bills. You don't have much left over, you know? And what do I look like trying to get on a bus lugging a bunch of bags? You know, I mean, I'm not able to do all that.
And she's not the only Central Georgian struggling to make ends meet.
How are we going to eat? How are the kids going to eat when they come home from school? How are, you going to be able to get up and fix them a breakfast if they don't have any food in the refrigerator?
Berry says she hopes this can be resolved and she gets the answer she needs. Reporting in Macon, Madison Ricks, 13 WMAZ News.
We've heard from several other Central Georgians also locked out of their accounts. We also reached out to the State Department of Human Services. They sent us a statement saying, quote, "The timeline for the call center to remain down is unknown. The state issued new EBT cards, which deactivates the current card users have. They say they'll need to use the replacement card to take any further action on their accounts." A downtown Macon restaurant has closed its doors permanently. Earlier this month, Kinjo Kitchen and Cocktails announced plans to temporarily close and reopen with a new concept. Their original plan closed the restaurant starting August 23rd before reopening with a new menu after Labor Day. But a post this week says circumstances have changed and the restaurant is closing for good, effective immediately. We talked with people downtown who said they were shocked to hear the news.
That's too bad. Yeah, it was one of our favorite places to eat.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised just because it's like a really nice restaurant and all. I see people going in all the time. So yeah, I was just kind of shocked when I saw that.
Kinjo Kitchen and Cocktails sat at the intersection of Poplar and 2nd Street in downtown Macon for 5 years. The restaurant frequently competed in downtown food competitions like the French Fry Fight and Macon Burger Week. Macon's Hindu community is set for major growth right next door to its Umayya Temple. The Planning and Zoning Board approved a rezoning plan for 5 acres on Raleigh Road. That paves the way for a private gated neighborhood that will nearly double the temple's residential area. Maggie Fitzgerald spoke with longtime temple members and shares how the expansion will shape their community.
Signs of growth can be spotted here in West Macon, and for new neighbors here on Raleigh Road, worship will be just steps away as a new neighborhood takes shape right next to Macon's Umayya Mataji Temple.
We just here in this area many years, a lot of members, more than 3,000 members. Is big.
Vishnu Bhai Patel, a longtime member of Umayya Mataji Mandir, has watched the temple community flourish firsthand. He's happily retired and lives with his family right across Raleigh Road from the temple gates, which makes it ideal for retirees to continue their worship just a short stroll away.
Everybody try to retire. Parents and family join together close to temple. At least there's an older life going to good. That's the reason they build up.
This week, Macon-Bibb Planning and Zoning gave the green light for another private gated neighborhood set alongside the temple. And the news comes during a celebratory time. This weekend, members will gather to celebrate Krishna Janmashtami. That's the Hindu festival celebrating the birth of Krishna, one of the most important gods in the Hindu religion.
We celebrate all over in the world and different song and that way, and enjoy that.
It's traditions that will be passed down through generations to come to serve communities and spread good through the temple family and beyond.
Mentally we happy. It's just because if you not working and you stay in a home, not good for your health. But if you enjoy your life, that's good for your health. And temple gives the good life to us.
In Macon, Maggie Fitzgerald, 13, WMEZ News.
Widner and Associates will build a dozen homes as another private community at 4706 Raleigh Road next to the temple. This comes as leaders prepare for new development in South Bibb. Back in June, planning and zoning leaders signed off on a proposal that would add more apartments and retail spaces in the area. Leaders call the 28-acre plan the perfect spot for people seeking affordable housing. The project has drawn criticism, though, from neighbors who want to maintain the rural landscape. The Bibb County School District is also concerned about the nearby schools, as Rutland Middle and High School are expected to exceed capacity with the new development. No word on when construction will begin. The Macon Film Festival is celebrating its 20th anniversary. It brings independent filmmakers from around the world to Central Georgia. Hunter King previews what to expect at the festival.
All right, take a look at this. The doors are locked right now at the Douglas Theater, but soon this week they will be open for the highly anticipated Macon Film Festival. The theater will be one of 4 venues as the festival enters its 20th consecutive year. Organizers expect to screen nearly 100 independent films. Justin Andrews, the president of the festival, says they attract people from all over.
To be honest with you, it's about split. I mean, you know, we have a lot of filmmakers that are here locally in the Central Georgia area, not just Macon-Bibb. And then we have those filmmakers that come from, of course, across the nation and, of course, internationally as well.
The festival started in 1985 when 3 people met for lunch and decided Macon needed its own film festival. In 2005, they rebranded the festival and started hosting it every year. Tony Long helped start the original back in the 80s and still works on it today.
And the word has sort of gotten out, and we get a lot more films now than we did to begin with.
The festival will show different genres of movies each day. A special full-dome screening will take place at the Museum of Arts and Sciences Planetarium. There will also be workshops and networking events for filmmakers.
Also, you get to see them on a big screen. You get to see them with friends and family and possibly the producers and filmmakers that are sitting in the audience. So being able to, to interact with them as well.
The festivities start Wednesday evening with a free community screening. The main festival starts on Thursday with an opening night event at the Douglas Theater. Reporting in Macon, Hunter King, 13 WMAZ News.
You can get festival passes and tickets for individual screenings on the Macon Film Festival website. The fun starts on Thursday, goes until Sunday.
It's a day that fully reflects the neighborhood and reflects the residents. So this is a day to hear from you about how you want to make your streets better.
Bike Walk Macon is serving up pizza and plans for this year's Open Streets event. They're hosting a community pizza party at Tatnall Square Park, inviting neighbors along the route to meet organizers, ask questions, and share their big ideas. On September 28th, Oglethorpe, Tatnall, and Monroe Streets will trade cars for walking, biking, and fun. And the Bears are back on campus. Mercer University welcomed more than 1,000 students. Freshmen and their families moved into their dorms, a day filled with excitement, also a few nerves. Ellie Milliken introduces us to some of Macon's newest Bears.
Exactly.
There's 4.
All over Mercer, families unpacking and setting rooms up. Some finished and some just starting. Socks and all that stuff, shirts, and then
Katie Dodd is a freshman from Nashville, Tennessee. She brought family and friends.
I just have clothes left. That's it, and then got everything else unpacked. I got many hands, light work,
Dodd is grateful to have her family here. Their home caught on fire in June, and they are in a rental. She and her sister have been roommates ever since.
Abby and I've been sharing. We've been all over the place, different houses and stuff like that. But last 2 weeks we've been in one rental, and that's where they'll be for a while. But yeah, this will be the most permanent home I've had since June.
Another freshman, Eddie Webb, starts fall lacrosse next week.
I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it should be a lot of fun. We got a great group of guys, so I'm excited for it.
Webb is from Annapolis, Maryland, and living with a good friend from home. They are both playing lacrosse.
It's very nice. It brings a little bit of home down here, so it's not too bad. It's going to be, we got each other's back, so it'll be fun.
I think so, yeah.
Catherine Reffett doesn't have to go far. She's from Macon, but she's the last one to leave her parents.
I'm excited that I can stay here, like where I know, and not have to like go to Atlanta and just go to the busy traffic, and just like because I'm just used to like being around here, so it'll be good.
Reffett plans to be a nurse and get involved in Mercer missions in the Baptist ministry.
I was born early, and I just wanted to help babies like I was, and like my dad had an accident, so I just want to help like what people did for him.
Now Mama Bears and Papa Bears are saying goodbye to their new Mercer Bears. In Macon, Ellie Milliken, 13 WMAZ News.
Move-in wrapped up Saturday. Students started classes on August 19th. Bibb County's top teacher knows the recipe for student success, and now the district is rewarding him for it. Executive chef instructor Stuart Hardy got his start in the food world at just 16 years old in Grand Rapids, Michigan. After a career as a professional chef, he found his way into a kitchen that doubles as a classroom. Hardy helped start the culinary program at the Hutchings College and Career Academy 8 years ago. Naomi Washington shares how he keeps high school students engaged and hungry to learn the craft he's most passionate about.
At least once a week, these students are cooking for real customers, catering events that give them a taste of the culinary world.
It's very stressful at times, but I feel like we have a good leader, then it can be really good.
And they say they've got one of the best, executive chef instructor Stuart Hardy.
All the students are Serve Safe Manager certified.
Hardy's students collect star awards for doing what's expected in the kitchen. Now Hardy has collected one of his own, the district's Teacher of the Year award. He says he's humbled and grateful.
Because I was a chef for so long and having transitioned into the education role, earning this kind of cements that I'm not just a chef playing teacher, that I'm a teacher who happens to be a chef as well.
They crank up the heat in the kitchen all the time, but Hardy says he has to do more than deliver lessons and standards to students.
So if I know them and they know me, they're more willing to give me forgiveness if I am, falling up short, or I'm more understandable for where they might fall up short, and we meet in the middle to help each other through the learning process.
Hardy has led professional kitchens across the country. He says what keeps him passionate about teaching is remembering the moment he first fell in love with cooking.
It was just a very great captivating feeling, and then eventually when I rose up through the ranks and I was teaching other young people, I remember being where you were and how exciting it is, and so be able to capture that in a bottle and be able to do it full time has been a dream come true.
Whether a student is aiming for a career in the culinary arts or just learning the basics, Hardy says there's always room in his kitchen for them to grow.
And you can actually try the food the culinary students make through their Compass Rose Cafe. The class is still getting settled into the school year, but Hardy says they'll start serving meals once a week to the public later this fall. This week, the Macon Arts Alliance revealing a new pavilion. It's honoring Stephen Fulbright, a community advocate who played a vital role in Macon's downtown development. The new pavilion is near the Mill Hill Community Arts Center. That's on Clinton Street in Macon. Organizers hope the ceremony will bring together family and friends, as well as the community he served. The reveal will be Thursday, August 21st at 11 a.m. on Fulbright's birthday. National Thrift Shop Day and Goodwill of Middle Georgia celebrating with a week-long challenge that's more than just about finding bargains. Goodwill kicked off its Thrift Week Passport Challenge, encouraging shoppers to visit stores across Central Georgia. Shoppers can pick up a passport and collect a stamp with each purchase. Filling it up puts them in the running for a $100 Goodwill gift card. Assistant Store Manager Shanika Rains says Thrift Week is also a way to thank thrifters for supporting the part of Goodwill's mission to provide job training and career services to thousands of people each year.
Thrifting is one of the top things that our customers love to do, and we want to do something fun and creative to show a thank you to our customers, because without our customer support, we won't be able to provide education and job reach without in our community. So get out there and thrift, guys. Make sure you stop by one of our locations and win that $100 gift card.
The Passport Challenge runs through the 24th. You can pick up a passport at locations in Macon, Warner Robins, Dublin, and Lake Oconee. That's the final note in this week's edition of the Macon-Bibb Beat. If you have a Macon-Bibb County story you want to share with us, email us at news@13wmaz.com. And make sure you come back each Wednesday to get all the news and stories that matter to you. Thank you for joining us for your Macon-Bibb Beat.